could listen to Oliver hours and hours and hours. You see, he's really the one who applies all this cool stuff you just built, let's say, the highway for. And my brain starts to go after these diagrams and all these aspects. And just for time reasons, I would love to keep the last iteration balanced. And again, I think this pyramids can do a good job. And I would like to ask both of you, first of all, about these machine learning algorithms and AI, because I always wondered why this is written together or written separately. Maybe just enlighten us briefly what that really means. Why is one bad or appropriate or whatever the reason?
This is good, this one. We can do without.
We're loud enough as people, probably.
Who shall answer?
Go ahead, Mark.
So the question about AI and simple algorithms. That's probably.
Is that easy to explain? What is the difference and where should we start? Because everyone wants to start with the best thing available.
I like the question about the customer lifetime value. So the predictive lifetime value of your customer you want to know. So in which customer would you like to invest? How much? Because if you know he's buying in the next 2 years, how much, you can optimize for that. I think that's the holy grail. Everyone wants to know that, but it's really hard to do. So my advice usually is start small, start simple, use predictive analytics or machine learning on stuff that you really can act on. So for me, always this deep learning and OI is nice, but only applies, I guess, to Google's and the bigger corporations that really are into analysis of image data. And probably most of my clients have a lot of transactional data and this basic stuff. And I think you don't need to go into deep learning before trying to get the most out of your data with these simpler algorithms. And it's really, the stuff I presented here is 40 years old. It's not brand new. You usually test really the basic algorithms first and then go into complex, more black boxes models that you don't really understand because these are neural networks and so on. But just saying, just because it's simple, it's not bad. It's the other way around. If it's simple and brings you the result, it's better understandable. You can tweak your model better. I guess that's my take.
Yeah, I mean, the question very often, and that's why I like the way it is represented here, because you have probably as many answers as there are people. But the work they did to define it in the hierarchy makes a lot of sense. So they put it at the top, together with deep learning, which is quite connected to the way, I would say, normal people who are not in the field imagine AI. So in that sense, to say, well, AI is what these very advanced people of Google are doing. Now, the thing that's so important about data science is that you have all of this machine learning part in the learn and optimize, and this really belongs in a different category. And these are very practical things. Now, of course, they don't pretend to do the same thing. So when the company of Google, which is called DeepMind, I mean, that's one of their companies, but that's by far the most impressive. This company, DeepMind, is basically building algorithm that learns how to basically win at games, just having the image as an input and nothing else. That's absolutely impressive. So it's very interesting and very attractive, and everyone wants to speak about that. But it's very dangerous to connect from a small and medium-sized business perspective AI with that. This is really something which is dangerous to do, because first you're like, well, that's not for me. So you lose all of the potential of what you could actually do with machine learning. And second, you imagine that you need to find a technology and a data scientist. And that's the second thing, which would be a wrong decision, because that goes back to my black box situation to say, well, I need AI, therefore I need a provider of AI. And it's of course it's a black box, because it's absolutely impossible to understand. Now, who is the better AI provider? But that's a very bad way to look at it. If you think about it from the data science hierarchy of need, then it's not even a question that the simple machine learning algorithms are very much more reachable, much more impactful, and very quick to put in place. Now, of course, there's also a point to be made for AI. So it's not to say that long term, we're not going to go in that direction. I think there is a lot of potential in that direction, but it's very important to separate it. When I like this definition, it's just one of them, but I like this definition.
Okay, thanks. The second question I have, and I saw this one first, is what is the difference between A/B testing and experimentation? Isn't that the same?
Well, for me, A/B testing is a specific technique to do experimentation. So we have once more some kind of more broad definition of more small definition. A/B testing is fantastic practice. It was not called A/B testing before. That's connected to the internet, but we were using what the word split testing in the 80s and 90s, and this is the golden rule for statisticians because it's fantastically non-biased. So that's really a very specific technique, which is really this complete random separation between different variants, and you evaluate the difference. And you cannot, doing that, bring a bias. That's what's so great about it. It is not possible to do every type of experimentation like that. So, in that sense, you have to think broad. You know, it's like, well, you're going to experiment with a new campaign. Okay, how are you going to do that with an A/B test? Well, okay, we're going to do two variants of the banner visual. Okay, then you do an A/B test about a specific thing, but your campaign is an experiment. Okay, then you cannot easily, at least, let's put it like that, reduce it to an A/B test. Nor should you. You're not, every time you do a campaign, not going to assign it to half of the interested people just because you want to test. That makes no sense. So you have to make room for broader experimentation, but every time it is possible, A/B testing is a golden rule.
For me, it's rather the execution than A/B testing. Once you have a hypothesis, you know your two rules or even many, but there's a whole field concerning about exploratory data analysis where you don't know what you get out of it, but you need to find patterns or use machine learning to reduce your dimensions, find patterns. But once you have an idea what you want to achieve, then you optimize and you have to, as I said, have a baseline and then see what your uplift is, and that's always the A/B testing. For me, just to repeat that, it was fantastic collaboration to provide you, Roxolina, with insight about the clusters, and hands-off, didn't need to do anything. That's all your job then, to implement this on top of the web shop and have this A/B test running. So my time was well spent on the analytics part and the execution and even the productive environment you provided.
Yeah.
It's all there. So I really like that. But I think you need both. Just starting with A/B testing, usually you start with the gut feeling again. You think you know what's best for the end user, but as we see with I like the nice visualization of the carrots. That's the outside part. You try to optimize the visual part, but the inside, the inside you find and then test on it, that's all hidden for your competition. That needs A/B testing as well. It's just not so visual to the end user, but it's more rather, is the personalization better this way or the other way? Does the clustering really work? Because it could be wrong as well. You target too much towards one product. So it needs both.
Okay, thank you very much. And one last question. IBM did an interesting visualization. It's also based on Gartner input. I took it from the IBM homepage, which shows different levels. That's a Gartner model about how you go further and further and further in your applications. Maybe just a few comments on this one.
I like this one. I use it usually in my lectures as well. I started out for 3 years trying to convince people to use predictive analytics, and then saw the market is not ready. People are struggling with getting the right data, even with descriptive, so this traditional analytics part are struggling. Just bringing a dashboard to life that it's not an Excel spreadsheet that you have to manually update, really fully automated. So I think we are getting there to the predictive part and then even the prescriptive, so the fully automated, no human input needed case, but for sure only Google's, not the KMUs, the smaller companies. So I saw today a lot of great stuff that makes the first part easier to get to the analytics part before getting it. So it's all prepared that you can do analytics, whereas my customers are definitely in the descriptive part and diagnostic, real-time monitoring, and starting small steps into predictive. So yeah, it's a valid visualization. I like this one. It's just my expectations were different 3 years ago, so it takes a lot of time until people are really ready to do data-driven projects because of the data that is really in silos and messy and data quality is not there.
This is from 2013, so it's
Yeah.
quite old and quite important today. Now I'm afraid to ask Silvio about his opinion, because when I showed him the image first, he said, oh, there I could speak hours and hours. So maybe a short version.
Yes. I mean, first, I also like this very much, and basically, most of the discussions I have initially with my clients is that they have the desire to do what they predicted immediately. Well, that's the first thing to say, well, maybe there's a lot to do in descriptive and diagnostic first, but yes, it is more resource intensive. But that might really be where all of the big low-hanging fruits are. So we need to think about this. I think that's really the first thing which I love. The second thing is that it breaks completely the idea that predictive system doesn't need human input and a managerial decision. It breaks that idea. So if you have the idea that a predictive system is fully automated, it's not predictive, it's prescriptive. And that, as far as we can say for now, this is pure science fiction.
Yeah.
So you have, even if you want to do predictive, you have to plan for human input, and you have to plan for decisions. Now, last but not least, of course, you can count on us that don't worry about the data part, don't worry about the action part, we will take care of that with no problem. But plan time for the human input and the decision.
It's actually what I do with all this clustering as well. I presented you to with the basic stats about age distribution, for instance. Some of my clients never did that, so they didn't even know in one dimension what their customers are, what's the average age of your customer. So how you can't skip 2 steps and go into, without validating at least your basic dimensions about, because usually you don't have from all your customers the birth date, so you don't know the actual age. So that's just data quality issue. Yeah, keeping that in mind, descriptive is not bad, but it's the basis for everything else. If you have your one dimension not right, then your multi-dimension question won't be better.
Okay, thank you very much. So, we are coming to the end of this formal part. We will have an apéro outside. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the contributors, Oliver, Johannes, Moritz, Silva, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for you attending this afternoon. I hope we were able to carry it of our excitement of what became possible last year. And just take one of these bags. It includes a bottle of wine from Flaschenpost, some information from Perfect Error, some stuff from Oliver, so you have all the contact data. And because it's the first time that we do that like this, I spoke to Lino, our business cards are in there. Please send me a brief feedback, what you liked, what should be different. We would appreciate to hear from you. And now enjoy your apéro. Thanks a lot again for your.
Thank you.